So let's talk about what it means to being human, because it's very easy to say I'm being human and I'm a human being, but what makes us truly human? So this is my chimpanzee friend, and I was thinking about this late at night while I was doing the presentation. But if you look at that chimpanzee, did you know that they are 98.6% similar to us on a genetic level? Did you know that? That's a tiny, tiny genetic difference between the chimpanzee and us. But I don't see chimpanzees sending rockets to Mars. I don't see them leading amazing force for good organizations that change the world. I don't see them rallying for climate change. Do you? So what is the difference that actually makes the difference in being human? So we can start getting more in touch with that. For me, it starts with language. And I'm a little bit of a language enthusiast. When I coach clients or when I work on change projects, I listen for the language. Because language is one of the most powerful things our brains, our beautiful minds, manage to evolve by making these random connections. Because language allowed us to firstly communicate. Because then I could talk to you, and you could talk to me. And we could understand each other, and we could talk about what's going on around us, what's going on the inside, and work it out. Communication as a skill is probably one of the biggest foundations that we're finding we're helping clients with, just to learn to communicate effectively. Because if you can communicate across any difference. You can keep your beliefs, you can keep your ideas, but you can communicate then across a lot of differences instead of focusing on the differences and challenging them. It also allows us to then collaborate. So we can communicate, we can understand your world, you can understand mine, we can understand the lay of the land. And collaborate was what we did as cavemen. We figured out how to do fire together. We figured out how to hunt. We figured out how to protect our families and children. And imagine in organizations, we start collaborating instead of competing and playing political games. And political games are mostly because of a lack of communication and understanding. And once we collaborate, that then unlocks something powerful that is innate in human beings. We are one of the most creative species ever to walk this planet. And that is because of our ability to not just collaborate, but create new ideas. And every business started as a brand new, half-baked idea. Would you agree? With the primary purpose of helping the bigger whole. Because that's what it's about in the end of the day. It's about communities. It's about building communities within your organization. Because once you've got communities, all that happens automatically. Once people feel safe to show up and be real, they immediately communicate, collaborate, and create. And they start working faster and better. And this is how we maximize the human potential. Also, what about communities with your clients? So a lot of big organizations that are successful in this day and age are the ones that engage their clients and their customers in communities, where they communicate, collaborate, and create with them to develop a service that they want, instead of sitting in a dark room and thinking what our customers want or spending millions and millions on market research. Just ask your customers through a community, save you a couple of mil. Sound good? So this is really what makes us human. And if we're going to go back to being human, this is where we need to start. Because this will maximize that human potential, in my belief, for moving forward.